Hey guys, Jason here, working on the E36. Get to use my lift for the first time. Unfortunately, this weekend I haven't got a great deal of time, but let's see what we can get done. Right, we're back working this again, and I haven't got a whole lot of time today. Kind of wasted yesterday because I was hungover, and then today it must be like 3 o'clock already, and I've probably only got like 2 or 3 hours. So the plan is I'm gonna get the brakes back on this thing because it's currently sitting with no brakes on it. At least we'll have brakes. We're pretty much finished on the underside, and I can officially start working on the bodywork full time. So you get these wheels off again, and then we can start assembling stuff. So that's the wheel off then, and I have the calipers sort of organized into their sides. They think they're meant to go on anyway. Time will tell if we got it right or not, but this is awesome. Look, we can stand up and do this here, and I should get you a better footage of me actually working this here, but because there's not really going to be a whole lot to watch this time, I just want to give you a quick update. I might not even get all the brakes done today. We'll see how we get on. Right, I've got 2 bolts here. Give them a wee lubing. I'll put these 2 hangers beside each other. They both look the same, so I'm going to assume that they're both identical because I couldn't see a difference in them. This is going to look so racy with these red calipers. I've left them so long now that they're actually, the paint's properly dry on them as well. Usually you paint them and then you put them together the next day and the paint's still kind of damp or wet. Sorry. We were down south over the weekend then at a wedding, and got myself this socket set in Aldi because we don't have Aldi in Northern Ireland, but this seems quite nice. Tenner for that there, seems a good job, even if you don't really need them. They're still handy to have. These will probably end up going in the Jeep or something, but it's always nice to have spare stuff. I probably really should do one and then come back and show you how I did it, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, to be honest with you. But we can take it to make it. See if we can get the brake pads in first. I do need to screw the caliper onto the hose as well. We put them in there. Not there, we'll push into the caliper holder. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Right. I'm gonna imagine that comes around like that. There is no sleeve protection on that, which is quite annoying. What if I got a grommet I could put in that? I'll probably throw away all the old brake cables to even try and rob the old ones. Well, I'm not 100% certain on this grommet here, but we're going to put it in anyway and see how we get on. Screw caliper into the hose. Right, so we now have that screwed on. It's not tight yet, but it's screwed on. So I don't feel like that should even go in there. Like by the time you've got that onto press the caliper in a bit harder. So I'm not really 100% sure about this, to be honest with you. By the time you've got that on like that there, if you were to force that down there, I don't think it's going to want to sit down there. But having it loose there doesn't seem like a good option either. But forcing it to there seems to, well, we'll see how we get on. I might have to put a cable tie around it or something. We have silicone grease here somewhere. There we go. Beautiful. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be a very boring watch this week. Mainly because life just kind of got in the way this week from working on the car, but we'll get stuff done. It's better than having nothing done this weekend, I suppose. Oh, why is there a bolt sitting there? I wonder what's that. What a thing of beauty. Look at that. That is awesome. And then to finish it all off, this is the best part. Where is it? This is the best part of this whole thing. Stainless steel bleed nipples. Look at that. Extra £2 for these here, but stainless steel ones, that's awesome. Right. So now we have one side pretty much done, and then nip the hoses up. We could actually get a shifter there now and do that. Yes, so I'll just nip this one up here. Okay, we have to loosen this one off first. Right. So that's not tight anyway. So we should be able to just rotate this to a certain degree. Probably should have put the caliper first, I suppose, shouldn't I? Let's look at it. Oh, my back is so sore today. Well, just everything is just horrible. But being able to stand up and do this here, quite nice. Even if we can't stand up straight. Right, there we go. It's just quite. And then that must usually go like that. But that grommet is not the right grommet for the job. And you pop that up there like that. Right. So next up we need an ABS sensor. And I have 4 new ABS sensors here. I don't know if they're all the same, are they? A8, F5. The F5s, or the I don't know which one's the rear, like, to be honest with you. Which one's the front, so we'll just open one of these. Oh boy. See, what's the difference? That's the A8 one. I might have to look online to see which one's are which. So that one looks like it goes in straight. So I think that is the front. That must be the front. Full lock. Right. I'll spend a bit of time cleaning this hole up to get this to fit in here. Oh yes, there we go. Hopefully I haven't taken too much off, but it seems to go in there. It's well lubed up. Make sure it's definitely lubed up. And then pop her in. I'm gonna get a new bolt and washer for that. There's gonna be some yoke when this is all done, I'll tell you that. I don't think I've ever had a car that's gonna have so many new parts in it. Right, well I'm going to have to order longer bolts for those sensors because that bolt is only in like maybe a thread or two. And I think that it'll need to be in a bit more than that. I actually feel like it's going to rip out. But we'll order some longer bolts, maybe 10mm longer than that there for them. But for argument's sake or progress sake, we have it now in. So it pops in there. Jesus, there we go, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Right, that goes in there. Take that wee weird cap off the end of it. That goes in there. Like so. And I have one side with all its components attached. Next up is to finish this side off. We have this weird sensor thing that wasn't connected. It's broken. So what I'm going to do here is... Oh, come on, you bastard. Come on, you bollocks. There we go, right. So this here is the sensor for the brake squeal thing. It's basically about the light in the dash, but I said I don't have that sensor anymore, and the way the bypass is here is just join the two wires together. So I'm just going to solder those together and pop them back in there and make it look like it's there. But yeah, that's the next job. And there we go, there's our little blank. Pop that back in again and we're done, hopefully. Right, so this one lives in this area, the wee grommet in the bottom. This one's going to live here, and we'll just pretend that that never existed. I'll pop that back into its holder and close the door. We're done! Beautiful! Look at that! Oh baby. Right, I'm going to continue on doing the other side now. Hopefully I can do it a bit faster and sort of know what I'm doing. I need to order them bolts, but we have one side assembled anyway. Well, this is awesome. Look at this magnificent creation. All new brakes, new ABS sensor, new hoses, new lines, new suspension bits. It's gonna be like a new yoke. As I said before, I don't have a whole lot of time left today. What I can do probably is fit the anti-roll bar, so we'll go underneath and see what we can do. I know I've said it before, but this is absolutely awesome having a lift. Can't believe that it worked so long without a lift, but you know, sometimes that's just life. Can I use these nuts? I can't use these nuts, I'll be a bit more. I think I might go there. Can I use them? Yeah, we'll try. I think the shoulder might be a bit big, but we'll see how we get on. So the front here, I just bought standard rubber anti-roll bar versions. I know I bought polyurethane Alta for the back, but we'll space it up a bit and put standard in the front. Mainly because I couldn't find the right size polyurethane ones, so this is just what I have to do. I might keep an eye out and see if I can find polyurethane ones, but I don't think it's going to make a whole lot different from what we're doing. So, as you can see, I painted my anti-roll bar and it's all nice and clean, shiny-ish. Mainly painted the bits that were rusty and just kind of got a light coat over the rest of it. Right, this is going to go here, so if I got this the right way around, I think I do. This is even the front one. Is this the back one? Did the bushings go on this bit? Oh, where did the bushings go? The bushings going here? I can't remember. I think they must have to go in there wee small bits because does it go like that? No, it must go the other end. It must go like no, can't go that way. It must go this way then. Right. I'm gonna say that might be right. I generally can't remember. I think it has to go like that. Yeah, there we go. Whew. Figured it out in the end. So these have to pop on there. Take it down like this. Kind of show you like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. Right, get on there. Ah, yeah. Chunky. And this one goes on this side. Probably. And then I have two clamps. So I think we came to the conclusion that goes in there like that. And this here goes on like this. Nice. Hold it on. One side, nothing to do that side. Right, put your back a bit. Look how much space I have here. Oh, it's amazing. There you go, she's nice and tight. So now we need our brackets and our drop links. For the brackets way, so there's these wee brackets here that you bolt onto these control arms and then you bolt your drop link onto them there. One of the studs broke when I was taking it apart. So I'm going to put a bolt in it and see if I have the clearance. If I don't have the clearance but I have a bolt in it, we're going to have to weld something on, but I'm hoping that I can get a bolt in there and not cause too many issues. I don't know what side to put the bolt on. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Let's pop through that hole there. Go for a washer or a nut on it. Okay. And then the other side, we will put the one in that's working. And I don't know if I'm going to get a washer in there, but we'll try. I might not need a washer, but we'll put a washer in there. It's definitely going to push down. It might interfere with our clearance, but we'll see how we get on. And then we have 2 drop links. I need to figure out which one goes to which side. Okay, well I've apparently misplaced one of my drop links, so we'll just put one in for now and see how we get on. I think it goes that way, like that, and there's a bit of wire in there still. You can check out from the hanging process of painting. Got to clean up the subframe as well and give it a coat of paint, just to tidy things up, you know what I mean? Let the nut go in there. It does indeed. So if that goes in there like that. We then need a bolt because I have to cut the old bolt out. Is that long enough? Oh boy. I may not have a bolt for this here either. Alright, we'll put one of these bolts in just to hold it for the time being, and then we'll order new ones. I got to order a good few bolts. Oh, I think the ones in the ABS sensors will be okay. I know they're not going in very far, but they're in enough to catch the threads. Right. Awesome. Just nip that up then. That looks right, doesn't it? I think it is right. Can't go anywhere else. And then lift this one up. Beautiful! That's awesome. Really wish I knew where the other one went. I had it in my hand earlier and said I'll put it somewhere, and I just don't know where that place is anymore. But yes, awesome. Right guys, unfortunately I think that's going to be it for this time. Glad I got to use my lift. Glad I got some wee jobs done there. I still need to get the rear brakes done. I haven't got the calipers even rebuilt yet. The kit's there, so I think I'll start with that next time. Hopefully next time we'll get a bit more done. But yeah, thanks for watching guys. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next one.